What's going on, everyone? So, the Lakers are interested in bringing back Kyle Kuzma. The Lakers have been in contact with the Washington Wizards to try and trade for Kuz. Now, I like Kuz. He was one of the guys that I wish that the Lakers would have kept around. He's got good size, can play either forward spot, right? 3-and-D guy, but can do a little more. He put the ball on the deck, get to the basket, right? Knock down the mid-range. With the Washington Wizards, giving you like 22 points a game. He can rebound. He fits, plays alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We saw them win a championship together. But if I'm being honest, personally, it's not my favorite option. Now, again, I like Kuz a lot, but compared to like Jeremy Grant or even like a Cam Johnson, I know some people might look at it and go, I'd rather have Kuz, right? But my biggest factor, well, I guess two, for Kyle Kuzma is one, the three-point shooting. He has been atrocious shooting the three ball. He's been around like 33% on three-point attempts on like 6 attempts per game, which is not good compared to like a Cam Johnson, compared to a Jeremy Grant, talking 40%, right? So that's a huge difference in that regard. Also, another big thing is that Kyle Kuzma, he's shown that he doesn't really want to be the third guy, that he doesn't really want, like, he doesn't want to be another piece. He wants to be a piece or the main piece. I mean, he just had an opportunity to go to the Dallas Mavericks and decided, nah, I already had that with LeBron and AD. I'd rather stay here with the Wizards. And so to me, will he be interested in coming back to the Lakers? I know he loved being in the Lakers. I know him and Jeannie had a good relationship, but is he somebody that's going to go, oh, yeah, I want to go back to the Lakers, and is he going to be locked in and committed to the degree that we need him to be, right? Because if we're trading for Kyle Kuzma, well, then he's going to be one of the big, maybe even the biggest acquisition in the offseason, right, in the free agency. Also, the Wizards are holding firm so far, again, based on reports, and it's still early, but holding firm on 2 first-round picks. I understand that Jeremy Grant probably cost 2 first-round picks too, and he costs more money. He costs like $7 million more. But again, I like his versatility more. I think he's more versatile, particularly on the offensive side, and the 3-point percentage. Much better 3-point shooter. So it's like, if you're going to give up 2 firsts for Kuz, which I don't believe the Lakers are going to do either way, but let's say, Jeremy Grant and Kuz are essentially the same price. You're going to have to trade 2+ guys to get either. So it's essentially the same thing. To me, give me Jeremy Grant, right? Defensively, very similar. Offensively, Jeremy Grant is the better 3-point shooter and can give you the same level of offensive output that Kyle Kuzma can give you. Now, Cam Johnson, again, I like Cam Johnson too. If he's 1 first, then to me, that one's a no-brainer. But the Lakers, based on reports, appear to be reluctant to give up firsts across the board, like regardless, right? So the question is like, will one of these guys bite? Now, I wouldn't mind bringing in Kyle Kuzma if, one, it's not for 2 firsts, but also if he's another piece, right? So, like, let's say we get Cam Johnson and then go get Kyle Kuzma. Or we get Jeremy Grant and then go get Kyle Kuzma, which that might be a little challenging. But the point is like, if he is another piece that is adding size and depth and versatility, particularly out on the perimeter, then fine, right? Then I'm okay with that. But if it's like, oh, we're getting Kyle Kuzma, and then, we might get like, I don't know, some center or something. Like, to me, it's like, okay, so Kyle Kuzma is basically the main piece. So he is now basically going to be one of, if not the key guys, not named LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? So it's to me, it's like, and even Tyus Jones, right? Because like, if the Lakers end up trading D'Angelo Russell, they could use a point guard. Tyus Jones has been very serviceable as a point guard. But again, I don't think that Tyus Jones, one, you'd have to sign and trade for him. And signing and trading for Tyus Jones, you can't even do unless LeBron decides, okay, I'll go and take the discount again. But is he really doing that for Kyle Kuzma and Tyus Jones? Probably not. Right? I wouldn't mind Tyus Jones, especially because you got to replace the point guard. But what's his market like? And like, we could probably sign him for the taxpayer mid-level, right? Or at least close, right? If it's close, maybe he'd choose the Lakers, especially if you got like a starting role if we don't have a point guard. So to me, it's just like, I look at all of the options that are out there, particularly at the wing position. And that's where the Lakers are clearly trying to upgrade. They're trying to upgrade at that basically 3 spot, which makes sense, right? Because Rui, he's more of a 4 than he is a 3, and defensively, he can't defend the threes. Jared Vanderbilt is excellent defensively. Like, he's everything you want defensively, but offensively, he struggles. So if you can find a guy that's basically both or close to both combined, maybe not as good defensively as Jared Vanderbilt, but gives you the offensive output of Rui and gives you, some level of defense like Vando, but is a better fit, then I think that that's a good approach to take. I think that that's a good direction to go. We definitely could use that, and then you go get like a center, and then, maybe can you find that gem somewhere? Right, whether it's with the taxpayer mid-level or with another trade, like an undervalued trade, something along those lines. And then maybe now the Lakers could be in business. Again, I don't hate, like if we got Kyle Kuzma, I wouldn't be like, oh man, what did the Lakers do? No, I'd be excited for Kuz. It's just, I have my questions when it comes to Kyle Kuzma and what's the cost. Now, there are some real pros with Kyle Kuzma though, however, right? Move the three-point shooter, move all that. One is his contract actually declines each year. So this year it's 23 and some change. Next year it's 21 and some change. And then it drops to 19 and some change. So that's good for the Lakers as they progress year after year at taking out a little bit of salary, which could be the difference between, again, bringing up your full mid-level exception, or working out a potential sign and trade, or if you need to stay under the first or second apron, right? Like that could be the difference. So there is that value in the sense of the contract compared to somebody like a Jeremy Grant where it goes up, right? Or a Cam Johnson, right? So I do think that has its value. The other thing would just be built-in chemistry, right? He played with LeBron, played with Anthony Davis for several years, and so he has that. It's kind of that plug and play, right? There won't be that learning curve where, like with a guy like Jeremy Grant, who he's never really played alongside of LeBron and he played alongside of Jokic. So I do think that there is a level of familiarity of like just certain spots you want to be in for that type of playmaker. But there very well could be a bit of a learning curve where I think Kuz could just pop right in and it's game time, right? And he's playing his role and playing what is asked of him. I do like that, he gives you a good size, 6'9", versatile. You could, again, play both forward spots. You put him at the 4, you put him at 3. You could kind of have him in different spots, different actions, his ability to run the floor, his ability to shoot from the mid-range, create for himself, as well as occasionally knock down the 3 ball. Shooting 33% is basically occasionally. So I don't hate the idea of bringing in Kyle Kuzma. I just feel like based on the cost and the percentages, he's not the best out of the options, right? Like if Jeremy Grant is 2 firsts and Kyle Kuzma is 2 firsts, I would rather have Jeremy Grant even with the increased cost, because Jeremy Grant is the better three-point shooter, which he's going to be playing more off ball with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, so he's going to be able to have a need to knock down the 3 ball with a level of efficiency and consistency, right? Where Kuz, like, can he get back up, right? Like, he's had seasons where he shot like 36%, 37%, like, but ideally, you need somebody that can knock it down at a 38 to 40% clip. Somebody that is actually a legit threat out there. Because if he's shooting 33% from 3, teams will just sag off of him. Right? Teams will just go ahead, shoot the ball. Right? I mean, you see it with Jared Vanderbilt. Right? Like you see it with certain guys. But you look at a guy like Rui, who was just lights out. Teams, like he was getting wide open looks and he was money. But like when he did get the ball, teams were rushing over to him to challenge it because they knew like, oh, that's not a good percentage, right? Teams like to play the percentages. Teams like to play the advantage, especially when you get to the playoffs, right? So can Kuz playing alongside LeBron and AD, which in theory should naturally raise his 3-point percentage, right? Because it's one thing when you're basically the guy, right, on Washington, and you don't have the creation and distractions that LeBron James and Anthony Davis provide to the quality of looks that he's getting. So he should get more quality looks with the Lakers, which he should be able to knock up his three-point percentage, but is it going to be enough to where it really has that significance, right? Like, because him shooting 36%, like, yeah, that's better, right? But he's not like this knockdown shooter that we really need. We need that, like, you can go get me 40% from three. You can go put the ball on the deck. You can go make plays. You can help rebound. You can do all these little nuanced things. But, like, we need you to be efficient. And the question is, can Kuz be efficient enough? So, again, I don't hate bringing in Kuz, but it's not my favorite choice, if I'm being honest. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of bringing back Kyle Kuzma? Do you think no, like leave him alone? Do you think Kuz would even want to come back to the Lakers? Again, like he's made it very clear. He doesn't want to be a third option. He doesn't want to be a third fiddle. I mean, and like he's young, right? Like he's got the bag. You know, he's got the baddies on the sideline that him and Jordan Poole can pull, right? Like he's a guy that, you know, he gets to be the guy and take 20 shots a game. He's living his best life. Like maybe he doesn't want that. He already got his ring. Like, so I don't know. It's just a question, but let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.